Stop being ashamed of wholesaling. How to explain the power of wholesaling to a real estate agent. It's true. Realtors have a lot of preconceived ideas about wholesaling. Some of those ideas are based on past experiences, false narratives, the media, and even hearsay. However, when you're able to articulate what our model really is, the legalities and the use cases, you equip yourself and a realtor that you're working with a powerful strategy to sell any of their outdated, distressed, or situationally complex properties. Now, you really want to make sure you get this explanation correct, because doing it incorrectly can really hurt your chances of forming a relationship. And in turn, this could cost you millions of dollars in missed deals and opportunities. So you're out there prospecting for leads. You've decided to try working with real estate agents to get your hands on some potential fixer-upper properties. Your conversations are going really well, and then all of a sudden, a real estate agent you're talking to asks, "Are you a wholesaler?" You're not sure why, but all of a sudden, you're feeling pressure, stumbling over your words, and guess what happens? You lie. Who? Me? No. What do you mean?
What's a wholesaler?
Okay, yeah, you've been there before, right? Well, this is where it all goes wrong. First and foremost, stop being ashamed of wholesaling. Wholesaling is a legitimate strategy used by large institutional buyers, publicly traded companies, and yes, some brand new real estate investors. It's really important to understand that wholesaling is an exit strategy. Many investors keep wholesale in their tool belts to fund or partially fund their purchases, or to pass off projects when better opportunities present themselves. For example, I was involved in a deal with D.R. Horton, a publicly traded national home building company, and they wholesaled a parcel of land that they had contracted to buy from me. And they did this during their due diligence period. Does this sound familiar to you? As a new wholesaler, isn't this exactly what you're trying to do? The key point in this equation is that as an investor, you are entitled to pursue any profitable strategy that you see fit. And the timing in which you do this is absolutely your prerogative. The fact is when you are buying a property or contracting to buy a property as a business, it is inherently understood that your intentions would be to make a profit. I mean, why else are companies formed? To lose money? When you as an investor are looking at a potential deal, it's important to explain to the agent that you're working with that you're going to explore a variety of different exit potentials. As an investor, you may decide to fix and flip, you may decide to buy and hold, and yes, when appropriate, you may also wholesale the contract. As long as you are transparent, any reasonable real estate investor will understand your position as an investor. Now, here's where things can get really exciting. Sometimes realtors believe that the MLS is the end-all and be-all for property sales, and this is absolutely incorrect. I have successfully wholesaled hundreds of houses that sat on the MLS without any action from cash buyers. It wasn't until I presented these properties as wholesale opportunities to the correct buyers that we were actually able to sell these properties and get everybody paid and the seller taken care of in these situations. The fact is that many investors are way too busy to scour the MLS all day looking for properties or opportunities. Many of them need these opportunities curated and vetted so that they can quickly make decisions. Most investors are happy to pay wholesalers their fee for this service. Now, when properly understood, this becomes a very powerful tool for realtors who may have properties sitting on the market for months and their sellers are getting frustrated at the lack of movement. At the end of the day, everybody wants what they want. A seller wants to sell their property and get as much money as they possibly can in as little time as possible. A real estate agent is trying to sell the property for as much as they can for their client and get paid a commission. And you, as a buyer, may be looking to buy a property for as little as possible and get a good deal. And if we can all come together in the same place with the same spirit of the deal, then every one of our needs can get met. So when we look at a property that's been sitting on the MLS for months, no cash buyers are trying to buy it, no retail buyers are trying to buy it, nor can they because of the condition, and a seller is getting frustrated and a real estate agent is getting frustrated as well, when a wholesaler comes into the picture and is able to bring a cash buyer to that situation, shouldn't and wouldn't everybody be thrilled? If it wasn't for this wholesaler and their extensive network of buyers, some properties would sit on the MLS and have to be reduced even below what the wholesaler was able to sell it to their cash buyer for. And so that's why it's really important for everybody to be on the same page and for real estate agents to understand that many of wholesalers' cash buyers lists can be just as powerful, if not more powerful, for that specific type of property than the MLS. The MLS is a great place to sell retail ready, beautiful, move-in ready condition homes. But for cash buyers or for properties that couldn't be financed or specifically need to be sold to investors, it isn't always the best place to find a buyer. It is, again, very true that many cash buyers are not sitting in front of their computers all day long. They're out in the field looking at properties, looking at material, and making decisions about their investments. That is why wholesalers are so important to this model. To recap, it's really important for you to always be honest about what your intentions are in a property. But you also need to be very aware of the benefit that you bring to the table, either as the wholesaler or as bringing a potential buyer to the table who's going to close on the deal. And this is especially true for those difficult to sell houses. When you focus on what you bring to the table, you will find open-minded realtors that are more interested in doing business than they are disqualifying your intentions. So again, guys, don't have fear. Make sure that you're confident, make sure that you're honest, and make sure that you understand what value you bring to the table. And you can develop incredible relationships with real estate agents that could make you millions of dollars and them millions of dollars in commissions if everybody is working in the spirit of the deal. If you guys got some value from this, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also share it with your friends, especially those real estate agents that might be a little bit salty about wholesalers. Until the next time, guys, why don't you watch this other video that I have no idea what it is?